Good evening and welcome to Slam the Gavel, the show that tells all regarding family court, criminal court, and other court issues, as well as CPS. I am your host, Maryann Petri. You can find me, my books, and blogs on dismantlingfamilycourtcorruption.com. I have again a return guest, Theo Chino, and we're going to have a great discussion on the Illinois State Bar Association. Hello, 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 hello.
Hello, hello, hello from Chicago. We're
Do you
gonna
have
do it like
power?
this. Yeah, we do. So we
No.
survived another apocalypse. And I do want to start this off just like they do with the news channels.
Okay,
Breaking,
breaking.
breaking news. Dun, 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 beep, beep, beep. It's like, okay, now it's like you have to listen to this because this is breaking news. This is a bombshell report. Here
Awesomeness.
we go. Check this out. We're just going to give a little update here. Honestly, let's just show everybody what's going on with our friends at the Illinois State Bar Association.
There it
All
is.
right. And look at this.
Fabulous Illinois Supreme Court Disbars 4, Suspends 4 in latest disciplinary filing, but there's nobody I know on there.
Yeah. So, Joseph Shun Mendoza Ravago, Chicago, disbarred on consent. Paul Vernon Bishop, disbarred on consent. Brian Thomas Daly, Grosse Pointe, Michigan. It doesn't say he was disbarred on consent. He's a really, wow, he must be a really bad boy.
Yo, very bad.
And Ms. Margaret Jean Lowry, Sioux Falls, disbarred again. Knowingly made a false statement impugning the integrity of a judge.
Huh.
Ooh. And then suspended. Joseph E. Denigan, St. Louis, Missouri.
Interesting.
Asha Vivian Mathai, suspended for 1 year.
Wow.
Mark A. Schlifka, suspended for 3 years.
I'm glad that's not my last name.
You know what? Oh boy. I'm glad I'm not Mark Schlifka. Do
Oh,
you see what he
yeah.
did?
Oh, wow.
Naughty. And
That's bad. That's super
Jason,
bad.
yeah, well, there was a movie like that, and that,
Oh,
that movie
yeah.
cracks me up. Jason Lawrence Spangle, I guess,
Glad that's not my last
suspended
name.
for 6 months. Yeah. 2 year period of probation with conditions.
Wow.
Well, a lot of alleged naughtiness here. Now, a
Well,
lot of you might be looking at this and cheering, yay, we got him.
well, hey, at least those ones were doing their CLEs, not like tortoiseshell.
Do tell, do tell.
Well, my opposing attorney, who has also haunted me on my YouTube channel of this past November of 2025, can you believe that? Still
Wow.
bothering me. He has been suspended since 2021, April 6th of 2021, and is still a pest.
Malnaja. And he couldn't do something as simple as doing his continuing legal education credits.
What's up with that? All you have to do, like you said, what, push a button and it's done or what?
Well, you might know a guy who knows a few people who just tell one of their lackeys to log on and say that they're there.
Hmm.
It's literally that easy. You don't really need a brain that works
Yeah.
to make it through most of these CLEs.
Mm.
And there are programs you can subscribe to that'll keep you on track and remind you and prompt you and all kinds of other things. So now this is, I think, what I think everyone should take away from this because I only have another minute or two and I have another meeting to go to. Really short and quick. What I'm hoping to dispel is this peasant's narrative, thinking that somehow these people with a law license are someone super special who never makes a mistake and they're way smarter than the rest of us.
Hmm.
Did you see that list? Did you see what they did, what they allegedly did? Because, and now it goes a level deeper. It's like, yeah, we got them. We got the bad guys. When you really look down, it's like, why did these individuals, why were they the only ones who got in trouble? Because I know at least a dozen other attorneys who should be in jail for 1 million years based on their inappropriate conduct just related to one case they were on.
Hmm.
And they're not getting beefed. And I know of beefs that have been in limbo for 30 years. As of yesterday, I heard that the disciplinary commission held this complaint for 30 years. This is, I didn't get to see this yet, but he said you can look it up.
Hmm.
And then why aren't more people who have law licenses getting pinched for bad behavior? Why is that?
I
That's the next layer down. Go ahead.
Well, I think they're highly connected to other individuals. And how my case was rigged. So they were all connected to other individuals.
Correct. And it's funny when you say my case was rigged because, like, do you think your case is really all that different from anyone else's case?
No.
No, I mean, it's a predetermined outcome most of the time. They might flip a coin. I mean, what they're really doing is usually they're trying to figure out how they can make the most money the easiest way. That's, if you get some really good predators in your probate or family law case,
Hmm.
that's the game, right?
Hmm.
And then every once in a while, somebody does something extra naughty, like criminal outside of their law license. But a lot of times they use their law license to play dirty and get away with all kinds of other stuff outside of court, outside of litigation. I know an attorney who likes to drive while drinking. He takes a to go cup.
Wow.
It's his right. He actually asked for a cup of water, like one of those plastic cups at the bar, and
Uh-huh.
then he'll take another drink. He'll order another drink and act like he's going to drink it and pours it in. He's like, "Oh, I finished that one. Can I have another one?" Because there's a rule you can't have two sitting in front of you. You got to have one at a time or
Ah.
something like that. No more than two drinks or something like that in front of you at a time. And he
What?
takes a to go cup and drinks while driving. And do you think he drives carefully?
No.
No, no, he does not.
Oh,
This is how they act because they're above the law.
right.
Because if anyone knows that the law is a figment of people's imaginations, that the law was just invented to control people, kind of cast these magical spells on them to make them feel bad about themselves and subjugate them mentally.
Hmm.
It's the people who play around in the system day in and day out. Now, there are other lawyers who are like, no, it has to make sense. That's the law, blah,
Hmm.
blah, blah. And I'm like, really? Listen to yourself. Do you see who you're going up against? Do you see what they're doing? Do you see the games they're playing? Do you realize why you're losing so badly? Why your client's life is going down the drain? Because you're walking into a court like family court,
Hmm.
and literally the only rule is there are no rules.
No, there
And
are
it's
no
all due to
rules.
judicial discretion, judicial immunity. There are no juries. There's no way to even get a family court case kicked out because it's frivolous. Try it, see what you get. Although there have been judges who have threatened to throw domestic relations cases out just because they got mad. They were angry. And they said, you know what? I'm going to just cancel this whole divorce.
Mm.
And I've watched judges tell grown adults who wanted to cancel their divorce, no, you can't cancel your divorce. I've watched this. I've seen this. They're holding hands like teenagers in love, and they're like, we're all made up now. Took the day
Ah.
off of work. And the judge goes, no. What do you mean, no? You need to schedule another date and come back, and your lawyers need to come in here and take leave in the case. And it all kind of makes sense. But at the same time, it really makes sense when you think about the fact that these lawyers are going to get to bill for having to come in and get off that case.
Hmm.
It makes a lot of sense now for everybody except for those two people who took the day off. who are like in their 60s who look like adults, maybe weren't acting like adults, more like teenagers at the time. They're back in love. And the judge just told them, no, you can't turn off your divorce.
Because they want more money. They want them to pay the lawyers to keep going, even though they don't want to.
We we could only imagine what the motivation is behind that, right?
Hmm.
So, luckily for our audience and us, I have another meeting to get to. But Maryann, would you want to wrap it up and do your thing? I mean, we're this is a really quick. This is like I
Yeah.
said, breaking bombshell report. Right there,
Quick
you
and
go.
painless, at least for us.
Yes.
Well, hey, Theo, how can people reach you if they have any questions?
Well, they can call 24/7, phone number 708-847-7151. If they want to look up more about what my special slice and what I do to make America better every day, you can go to barinvestigation.com. Again, you can call 847 7. I'm sorry, I messed that up. 708-847-7151. 708-847-7151, and you can go to barinvestigation.com to learn more. Thank you for having me on, and thank you
Excellent.
for being such a lovely, beautiful host.
And hey, don't jump off. Slam the Gavel's a podcast to help the public understand what really goes on in these courtrooms. I'm your host, Maryann Petri. You can find me on Spotify, YouTube. Please like, subscribe, and share Apple iTunes, iHeartRadio, Google, and other platforms. Again, feel free to buy me a coffee to help keep this podcast going. Thank you so much, Theo Chino.
Ciao, Bella.
Ciao, bello.